to my channel. Today I'm planning from September 16th to September 22nd using this beautiful kit from Stella Beau Sticker Co. And the full box has a quote from Supernova Stickers. I've done this in a couple of Plan With Me's previously and I really like how it turned out. I think having a quote box for the week is really good, and I think this quote is really good for me at the moment too. I'll get into it a bit later, but yeah. Here I'm pulling in stickers from other shops such as Wednesday Planning, Claire Bear Prints, Pomegranate Pins and Prints, That Planner Girl, Mockeri, Sticker Thief, Jessica Cate Planning, Lillian Lion, Lady B Creations, some wonderful Aussie sticker stores. All of the stores will be linked below and all of my codes will be linked below as well. And I also bring in other stickers that I don't showcase here because I realise I forgot to set them aside. Just like these date covers, I completely forgot this kit didn't come with date covers, so I grabbed some from Blackbird Print Co. They're just a clear black sticker to put over the date covers. So, as you guys may or may not know, I haven't been going too well mentally, and particularly because it's just been Are You OK Day, and I try and be as transparent as I can. I thought I'd give you a little bit of a chatty Plan With Me, and that's why this video goes for longer. I didn't speed it up as much as I normally do, so I have a bit more time to kind of have a D&M with you guys. So work is really overwhelming for me at the moment. I am a new grad physio running the ward essentially, so I am the main therapist and I need to know how my patients are tracking, no matter if I see them during the day or not, which has been really a struggle because some days we have like 5 new patients and so I need to see all 5 of those people, and that takes up an hour of my time per patient. This then means that patients that aren't new get put into groups or don't get seen by myself because I'm too busy seeing the new people. And so I need to know how people are tracking along with their recovery and their rehab without seeing them. And so it was really tricky to kind of see all of these people or not see them and know how they're going. And on top of that, I'm the only physio on the ward. My allied health manager had been off sick for a little bit, and then she's in between 3 hospitals, including the one where I work weekends. And speaking of weekends, I've been working a fair bit. So recently I worked Monday through to Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, which is my normal hours, and then I worked Friday afternoon, Saturday morning, Sunday morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And this has happened a couple of times and it just all became too much. Plus I have kind of a perfectionist personality, you could say, where I always want to do my best. Particularly with physio, I've been wanting to do it for as long as I can remember, but it had all been getting all too much. And I had to take a couple of mental health days, I had to go back on antidepressants, and I've had to put a couple of different plans in place. So Monday this week, so not the 16th that I'm planning, but the week prior, I went to work and it was just a lot. It was a really, really bad day. I felt really overwhelmed. I felt really unsupported. And I messaged my partner at lunchtime and I was like, I do not want to be a physio anymore. This is too hard. I don't get enough support and I'm floundering, essentially. Came home, was just crappy mood. Tuesday was a bit better. I had quite a good day and I chatted to my girlfriends. Shout out to Mellow Plans, Sticker Thief, which is Maya, M from Wednesday Planning, and the 2 Jesses. They have been really, really great to chat to as well, even though they're interstate. And Tuesday was a lot better. Wednesday was horrible. Wednesday was probably one of the worst days I've had in a very long time. So in the morning, I got berated by one of these patients saying that he didn't want to be here. He wasn't going to get better in a place that he detested. I didn't know what I was fucking doing, and that he wanted to go home, and that he had a life outside of here. And I was quite proud of myself the way I handled that situation. I said, look, I appreciate that you've got a life outside of here. However, you were intubated for 11 days, and so physiotherapy will help with increasing your strength and your reconditioning and different things like that. And he stormed off, and it wasn't too bad, but it wasn't great. So that was first thing Wednesday morning. As I said, I thought I handled it quite well. I let his nursing staff know. He then self-discharged, so that was fine. I then had to look after a couple of allied health assistant students, which was fine. They're not as tricky to look after as physio students. I guess AHAs, allied health assistants, are really easygoing. I don't need to teach them anything. I just need to kind of show them what to do on a basic level. That kind of doesn't really make sense. But they don't need to know as in-depth the treatments and things like that. Whereas a physio student, which I was given one a couple of weeks ago, it was very stressful. And anyway, back on track. So I was looking after the AHA students, and she was like, oh, you should probably report what happened. And I'm like, oh, it's fine, no dramas. And then after lunch, we knew this patient was going to be difficult. This was a different patient. They had spinal surgery, and they were in a brace collar that went over the neck and over their torso, and this person was not allowed to take it off under any circumstances, and they had to log roll in and out of bed and not use the bed mechanics. We knew she was difficult, and so there was two of us plus the AHA student. So there was myself, an OT, and an AHA student. And we went in, the OT started and was really good. She'd been working there forever, so she kind of knew how to approach a difficult patient. I tried my best. I tried to, talk in a nice voice and try and relate to her and just explain why it's so important to move the way that we move to protect our spine, that sort of thing. And she was just not having a bar of it. She's like, you're moving like a healthy, fit person, blah, blah, blah. It was just a lot. And I know that it hasn't been just me that she's been talking to like this, and she's just a manipulative, awful person. But it just really got to me, and I said to the OT, I'm sorry, I have to remove myself. I then went into a quiet room in the hospital, and I had a full-blown panic attack. I couldn't breathe. I was bawling my eyes out. I was hyperventilating. I couldn't function. Luckily, some people had found me, including the nurse unit manager, and she's like, look, go home, take the afternoon off. You have handled yourself really well. Don't try not to take it personally, because she's been doing it to everyone, kind of thing, which is easier said than done. So yeah, that kind of happened on Wednesday, and then Thursday my mum came up from Melbourne, which was really, really good. She's got bipolar herself and is very much my rock when it comes to mental health stuff. So the last couple of days I've been spending with her, and she was supposed to stay until Sunday, but it got to Saturday arvo, and I'm like, oh, kind of want you to go home today, if that's okay. And she was, easygoing about it. She can understand, and she is my mum and whatever, but it's still entertaining someone, so it still costs energy to do that. And so I really wanted a date night with my partner on the Saturday, and to have a really, really relaxing day on Sunday after having 4 days off and going back to work Monday. So going forward, my plan of attack is I'm on antidepressants, which I've been on and off for the last couple of years, maybe about 8 years. And even though at the moment it's more stress and anxiety, my doctor said, because you've been on this before and we know that it works, we might as well not change a good thing, kind of thing. So if it targets depression, it will target anxiety, was his kind of theory. And I've also put in place to see a counsellor. I've also quit the gym. So I know that's going to sound really funny, that I've quit the gym to help with my mental health. But the story behind that is the Wangaratta gym that I signed up for is an Anytime Fitness, but only the Wangaratta gym had free classes. The Wodonga and the North Albury gym had classes you had to pay for on top of your monthly fee, which is just fucking ridiculous. So I'm like, no, that's not on. I'm not doing that. So I was like, how do I get out of this contract? And they said it will either cost you half of what you've got left, which is $400, or you can transfer it to someone. Now, no one I know wanted it, so I put it to a Facebook buy, swap, sell kind of thing, being like, I will give the person who wants this a month and a half free, so $90. So I really wanted someone to take over it. And I had all of these different people messaging me. I had about 7 or 8 people message me being like, oh, it's an Anytime Fitness, I can go anywhere. And it's like, yes, but we need to transfer the documents over in Wangaratta because it's that fucking tedious. It was so frustrating. No one wanted to come to Wangaratta, but I eventually found someone. And today, which is the Saturday, my mum and I went to Wangaratta and we got the papers signed. This random lovely young lady about my age is signing up to the gym. She's taking over from my membership. We made sure everything was all okay. And yeah, she took over from my membership. So I'm not paying $15 a week for nothing. I did give her $90 for nothing, but I think maybe if I hadn't have done that, I wouldn't have anyone interested. Like, I'm happy paying the $90 and she's a young mum and whatever. Anyway, that's all sorted. So the reason why I've gotten rid of it is because I now know I prefer classes. And so there's a gym in Albury that you just pay as you go. There's no lock-in contracts. There's no hidden fees. It's just a standard, like, each class is $10. And I know people from soccer go, and I know people from uni go. And if you go to, like, you can buy a stamp card and go to 10 sessions for $80. So that means it's only $8 per session. So I'm thinking once I get a handle on my stress, because I'm kind of a bit beyond doing anything other than work and coming home and walking the dogs at the moment. I did put it down here on the 16th to go to the gym, quick hit of adrenaline. Umming and ahhing about whether I'll go, but that's why I wrote it in pencil. If I decide not to go, I can always take the dogs for a walk or something like that. I don't want to go back too soon. It's kind of like an injury, if I'm putting it into terms like that in my head, being a physio. It's kind of like an injury. I don't want to go back too soon and then it all becomes too overwhelming because this gym is quite intense. So I've got to gauge where I'm at. The plan for work, which is also seeming a bit weird, I want to go to full-time work. So my work, I'm currently under a casual contract, 4 days a week. She said you can either cut down to, say, part-time and not be the main physiotherapist. I'm thinking in my head, I think if I go down to part-time, it'll still feel like I have the same responsibility. And whether I'm the full physio or not, I don't know. I didn't really like the idea of going part-time as a new grad. I don't think that would be good for my learning. So I said I don't really think that would be good. What are the other options? So they've given me a month to see how I cope with medications and asking for assistance, that sort of thing. And so the plan is, after that month, I can gauge whether I am suited to full-time in this role. And if I am, then I can go on a maternity leave position. So someone's going on maternity leave and I'm taking over their contract kind of thing. I'm not going on maternity leave myself. That's not on the cards. Just thought I'd clarify that. Some people had been a bit confused as to what maternity leave contract means. So that's kind of in place. I'm also booked in to see a counsellor. She called up. She's like, look, I don't have a booking until the 30th of September, but I didn't mind because she sounded really, really lovely. And if you guys have been with my channel while I was working in Wangaratta, I had a bad experience with a counsellor where he asked me out to dinner twice. So I definitely wanted a female. I definitely wanted somebody who would be approachable, that we got on well. And after speaking to her on the phone, I was really, really happy with her. I won't go into details about what happened in Wang with that counsellor because I probably shouldn't have even said anything because, that got dealt with and whatever. Like, it's all dealt with, it's fine. But yeah, that kind of situation was kind of deterred me from seeing a counsellor recently. But I'm seeing a female. She sounded lovely. She even said I sounded lovely, so that was really nice. And yeah, so that's all in place from my end. And then it's getting put in place from work's end as well. So that's really good. Mental health is really important. I just recently went to get my hair done because when I got it done the last time, she put blonde in it and it went orange and I fucking hated it. I would never have my hair down. I hated it so much. And to have 2 to 3 hours of sitting in a chair, having someone wait hand and foot on you essentially and come out looking refreshed, and I feel really beautiful with this new hair, and it's just, that's definitely made a difference. So guys, just make sure that you look after yourself. It's really important that you take mental health days if you're stressed, that you ask for help. Like, I should have asked for help at work a lot sooner than I did. And for those who don't have mental health issues, just make sure that you can be there for your friends. I know that my partner doesn't fully understand stuff, but he's really great to talk to, and he's a really good hugger as well, so that's really important. He's sitting kind of near me, and he's probably hating that I'm talking about him. But I think that it's really important to have open conversations with people because they won't know that you need help unless you tell them. Like, I am a very positive and smiling person, very outgoing, and you wouldn't know it that I'd be struggling because, you know, you put on that mask, you put on that front, and you don't want people to know what's going on, especially at work. So, you know, it doesn't have to be Are You Okay Day. It just needs to be any day. Really honestly ask people, how are you today? Is there anything I can do to help? Do you need to chat about anything? Even if it's just to sit down and eat ice cream and watch a crappy movie together, like, just be there for your friends. And, you know, when people feel crap, sometimes they don't even want a solution. Sometimes they just want to talk to people. And it's okay to say, I don't know how to help you as well. At least they know that you want to help them, kind of thing. Anyway, that is 20 minutes of me rambling on about mental health and how important it is and whatnot. This is the final spread. These are the stickers that I have used. I really enjoyed planning with this kit because sometimes Stella Beau stickers lines aren't cut properly or anything, but this was really beautiful and I loved planning with it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Catch ya!